Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Phil, you've been comparing how the Republican platform compares to the controversial policy guide called Project 2025, put together by a bunch of Trump allies, kind of helmed by the Conservative Heritage Foundation. What stands out to you when you compare the two platforms?
You know, what's most interesting to me, I think to start with, is one, they are not necessarily the same. And I think it's been very clear from the very beginning. And despite the former president saying he doesn't know anything about Project 2025, as you note, there are several top officials from his former administration, likely future officials in a prospective second term, that work with the Heritage Foundation's group known as Project 2025. However, there are some very significant differences in the platform. One, the platform, at least compared to past years, significantly shorter, very much written in Trump's own voice. And it diverges on critical issues that are not just a Project 2025 issue, but also Republican orthodoxy for decades, like abortion. This was a behind-the-scenes fight. The former president has made clear he no longer supports a federal ban. He had supported a 20-week ban. It diverges from Project 2025 fairly significantly, takes the ban language off the table entirely, does attempt to mollify Christian conservatives by alluding to the 14th Amendment, which they believe says that life starts at conception. But it's very different from Project 2025 in the sense that they lay out in their proposal, in that 900-page playbook, that the federal government, both Congress and unilaterally from the executive branch, should be doing everything in their power to protect the unborn. That could be executive orders, that could be legislation, that would almost certainly be a federal ban that they support. Trump is not in that place. He's made that clear, and it's very much so underscored in the platform.
Are there areas where you see, where else do you see divergence? Where else do they split?
I think what's interesting, cultural issues are central to Project 2025, and they've been central very much in the former president's campaign as well. But one where they diverge is on the issue of gay marriage. It is not an issue that is listed in the platform. That is a change from the 2016 platform, which carried over into 2020. And that is a difference between where the Trump campaign is, where this platform is, and where Project 2025 has been listing in Project 2025 that they believe that government grant programs should be made available to faith groups that make very clear that marriage should be between a man and a woman. In this platform, any reference to issues with gay marriage or conversion therapy, anything of that sort, not in there at all. The president splitting from groups on that front.
Yeah, I think I saw some gun rights enthusiasts also expressing dismay that there wasn't anything in the Republican platform about guns. I think I read that.
Yeah.
What about areas where they're aligning Project 2025 and the Republican platform?
We should make something very clear here. There are a lot of areas where they align on policy issues that the president cares deeply about. None more so than the issue of immigration. We've heard the president repeatedly say he will implement on day one the largest deportation program ever, referencing a 1950s era program helmed by Dwight D. Eisenhower. This is something Project 2025 is very much behind. This is something that is laid out in explicit detail, just as the president says it, in the plan as well. The hardline, very conservative, very rigid immigration policy is something that they align with totally. And it's also an area where not just Project 2025, but other outside groups that have really formed this policy infrastructure around Trump that will likely include individuals who would be in a second Trump administration. They are very much pushing forward on this front. In that area, on areas like defense as well, some economic issues, there is clear alignment. It's not a direct analog, but clearly that infrastructure is in place, and it's one that Trump will be able to utilize should he win.
Donald Trump, meantime, is road testing a tax.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump wants to distance himself from all the chatter about Project 2025. He said this will threaten his campaign and blow his chances of getting back in the White House. Recently, the director of Project 2021 stepped down because Donald Trump was bullying him. So he's gone. So this article came out today and it said Trump flipped out. that Lunatic Project 2025 could tank his campaign. So, ladies and gentlemen, he considers all of this talk about Project 2025 a liability. And Kamala is heavily using it on the campaign trail against Donald Trump. She's attaching him to it. And he, of course, got a problem with that. He's got a major problem with that. So the director of Project 2025 Conservative Blueprint for a potential second Donald Trump term has stepped down amid intense criticism, including from the former president. Paul Dans, a former top advisor in Trump's administration, steered Project 2025 as it was carved a leading role in shaping the discourse around the conservative dream that they could accomplish if Republicans won back the White House. While a source with knowledge about this whole incident said Project 2025 would be effectively ending its policy operations, others familiar with the matter noted that it was always the plan to move on to the next phase now, and efforts to build a conservative personnel apparatus would continue. So I guess Donald Trump is trying to silence people, especially the ones that are saying he is part of it. He doesn't want that because he knows that will turn off a lot of people from voting for him. He strained to distance himself from the work, claiming that he had no idea who is behind it. Top Trump advisor, this is what they recently said about Project 2025. Pain in the A for the Trump campaign. Dan's departure was confirmed in a statement this past Tuesday by Dr. Kevin Roberts, the president of the Heritage Foundation, the group that launched the Project 2025, in addition to stepping down from Project 2025. Dan's is also leaving the Heritage Foundation. So, under Paul Dan's leadership, Project 2025 was completely set out to bring together over 110 leading conservative organizations to create a unified conservative vision, motivated to devolve power from the unelected administration state and return it to the people. This is what Robert said. This tool was built for any future administration to use. This is what they're claiming. Well, look like the head director is now gone. And Donald Trump is the one that pushed him out of that position. And now Kamala Harris is making it very clear that her leadership will stop the efforts to share Project 2025 contents with voters. Harris has made it clear and made it the centerpiece of her campaign. Yes, because she is absolutely attaching this to Donald Trump. And he knows it and he doesn't like it. Now, Donald Trump has stood at the podium and said things that are directly in Project 2025. And at the same time, he wants to distance himself from it. It just doesn't work. If you want to distance yourself, then you shouldn't be talking about what's in there at all. But that's why a lot of people feel that he is directly involved, because he's been at rallies and saying things directly in the project. So I hope he decides what he wants to do and stop talking out both sides of his mouth, because technically that's what he's doing. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. And do you realistically believe Donald Trump can distance himself from Project 2025? Let me know in the comment section. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.